Jace Tunnell. Today we're going to be talking to you about ghost fishing. Ghost fishing is whenever there's a net or a trap or something that is not really in use per se by the fishermen, but it's out into the ocean still collecting animals, and it's not going to be picked up. They just get trapped in there and they die. Today we have a crab trap, and we find these pretty often washed up on the beach. You know, during storm events and stuff, they get washed out from the bays and estuaries out into the Gulf and then back up on our beach here. And we'll find stone crabs in them, we'll find blue crabs in them, but we'll also find them with terrapins. And terrapins are turtles that live up in the estuaries. Real cool looking turtle. And that's bad because you know, they can't get out. They end up dying. If we find them with the crabs still alive, which we do, we let them out, let them go. Then we get this off the beach or smash it up. Because the bad thing is you might think, well, it's up on the beach, you know, it can't harm anything. But we have had this time where we had a Cooper's hawk that got caught into one of these. I guess it was trying to get a crab that was stuck in it or something like that out, but this Cooper's hawk was stuck in there. And so with this particular trap that we have here today, we're actually going to have to dig this one out. So I don't know if you know how big these are, but this is actually buried about halfway in there, and so it's going to take some work. But we're going to end up popping this one out, and it won't be any good anymore because by the time we get done with it, and you can see that the support rods inside of here are all rusted out and stuff. But if they're good, we actually get them, collect them, and we put them in the auction that we have in March for the Amos Rehabilitation Keep, where we sell stuff, including traps like this, and we raise money for the sea turtles and the birds that are being rehabbed. For this, let me pick this thing up here and show you that sometimes these crab traps are actually attached to a float, and then the float actually has whose it is. So Lisa Guillen is this one, and from Seadrift. And you know, it's probably not their fault that it got away during a storm and was, you know, washed up on the beach. So, but you know, there is a crab trap removal program that the Parks and Wildlife has for like a 10-day period in February every year, where they'll come out. All of the crab trap folks are supposed to remove their crab traps from the bays and estuaries, and during that 10-day period. And so Parks and Wildlife has an effort where they'll come out, and if there's any crab traps left out there, they remove them. Because what happens is that, you know, sometimes the crab trappers will lose them out in the bay and they can't find them, but they're still out there ghost fishing. And so that's a time where they can go out and actually pick them up, get them out, so they're not fishing anymore. And so that's been a real successful program. And then because of these tags that are on here, we're able to contact those folks and say, hey, you know, we have your, well, they actually, to be able to fit as many of them on the boat as they find, and they find like 1,000 of them in that 10-day period along all the Texas bays and estuaries, they have to crush them to be able to put them all on the boat, because you can imagine how big these are. But if there's a whole bunch of them, we can contact them and say, hey, next year make sure your floats, your traps are out of the water because of, you know, yada yada yada. But anyway, now you know, when you find these up on the beach, you know what it's all about. If there's a float attached and there's a tag, you know what you're looking for. And thanks to Parks and Wildlife and a bunch of other partners that go through that program every February to get these ghost fishing traps out of the water. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.